Welcome back to Catching Up with Katie. So, a lot has happened since the last episode. Not even, we have had a busy day already, but since the last episode, I think it was the day we filmed it, we just did musical chairs.
Your mic.
She didn't have a mic. How did you not catch that?
She speaks with such
How did you
volume.
not catch that headphones?
I really thought she sounded like normal. She speaks with just volume and presence.
Do I talk that loud?
Well, now it's noticeable.
I mean, posture, breath, support, project. You're nailing it.
I do project.
You project.
Anyway, welcome back to Catching Up with Katie. We have a lot to talk about because so much has happened since the last episode. I think it was the day we filmed the last episode that my dog Winnie was unfortunately hit by a car. That's been a dramatic, wild ride. She's okay. We'll talk about it. We did musical pastures today. That's going to be an awesome video of all of the mares majestically running around and being sassy. I think the amount of calves on the ground has quintupled since the last time we chatted. I think only 2 had been born since last week. And the cattle sales this weekend. And I mean, I think also we hit on the topic that we might be telling some embarrassing stories in this episode. So anyway, so what happened with Winnie, I'll just get into that since that was the big thing this week on my end.
Yeah, what did happen?
I mean, y'all didn't even really, from social media, but you weren't here until, she was already back home and safe. So it was a very wild ride there for a second because, and this is where it's hard because I very much blame myself. So that day we'd been filming.
Before you get too deep, I just thought you should maybe a little comedic relief. I was laying in bed. And it was one of those things where I'm like, I'm going to open my phone quietly.
I already know where you're going with this.
My phone was on max volume. And it pops up and Katie's screaming. And I'm like, yo. I'm trying to turn it down really fast. And then obviously I watched the video and had more concern.
Right.
Initially it was like one of those.
And so here's the thing about that. That was a moment of I'll just say this. I'll tell anybody this. I wholeheartedly believe in the power of prayer. Wholeheartedly believe the more people that are surrounding you in prayer and good thoughts and love and good vibes, I believe in that. And I was I'm so hardened, I think, to livestock crap happening to them hurting themselves, to tragedies, to whatever, because there's a larger volume with livestock. I haven't had anything with my dog.
Yeah.
In a long time. And not these 2 dogs either, which are my only dogs I've had since I've been an adult out of the house. They're my children. And I did not handle it as well. Once we got to the vet, I was composed. But in that
scary.
moment, I was just I need everyone that I know possible to be praying this dog doesn't die. So what happened was, that day, this has to be what happened. That day, we had been filming, and we had filmed multiple things. I was like, let me go change my shirt, just so that I'm not wearing the same shirt in 3 videos. And so I went and changed my shirt. My dogs were at the house, and they are just out. I don't have them in kennels. They're just out in the house. And I remember I refilled their food bowl and their water and left. I had to have just not shut the door all the way.
Mm-hmm.
And that was at 2. Mm-hmm. And so that's what's scary about it, because we didn't find her until it was dark. So probably 7:38. Anyway, we had a really long day doing stuff. And I think we had a bunch of calves born, and we were moving mamas, and we were tagging and all this stuff. So I didn't get back to the shop until dark.
Yeah.
And then my mom was about to come over with her puppy, and I was like, I'll just wait to go get the dogs until after she leaves with her puppy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she was grabbing dinner with us. And so my parents got over there for a few minutes. We're chatting, and then Jonathan pulls up, and he comes in with Kimmy. He's like, why is Kimmy out here just running around? Kimmy's my tiny little dachshund. And we live not far off of a 55 mile per hour highway, which most people are doing 65.
Faster.
And so I was like, oh my gosh. And immediately, and I'll say this about Jonathan, he loves his dogs, but Kimmy is his worry. And Winnie's more my dog. And I was like, where's Winnie? Like my brain was just like, okay, Kimmy's good. Like, where is Winnie? And so we all start off looking. Again, it's dark. It's raining. So it's just really difficult. And so luckily from like my dad this past Christmas, we got him a handheld thermal. So it's like it's like a monocular, but it's thermal imaging. So, you see heat signatures. And then Jonathan has one too. And so what we did, and this is why we found her within the hour, because we covered, all 5 of us covered the entire like property, which is 4 acres. She was not on the property. She was not in the house. So then my parents went across the street to their house. They were like, we'll focus on the farm. And then me and Jonathan and Austin, Jonathan's brother, focused on the road because we were like, that's priority. If she's in someone's yard, like I was afraid she was going to get hit.
Right.
So we were like scanning with a thermal instead of having to go and like trespass and stuff, which was really, really handy. So we were going down side roads. We were all the things. Couldn't find her. And then we had decided, okay, let's go help mom and dad and like do the fields. Because even though, you're looking through the thermals, it was all like grown up hay and it like rises and stuff. So you could like miss her, And so we started doing that and they called and she was like right inside the fence where someone they had to have just grazed her because she had like the road is here, it drops down, and then it's the pasture that flattens out. She had like most likely gotten clipped, tumbled down the thing, and then she was right inside the fence.
Yeah.
And unresponsive, like tongue hanging out, breathing, very labored, very fast.
Yeah.
She had been degloved on her side. So what that means is like, it wasn't completely like her skin wasn't ripped away, but it had like a puncture and the skin had been like ripped off of her like muscle. So there was like an entrance and then there was a big hole like inside. So like it was like a pocket. And then her face was all bloody from where she had like, I'm assuming, like gone down into the ground. And she's like an English bulldog. So, she herself has been a very healthy bulldog. I think that's an oxymoron to a lot of people because a lot of people, don't believe you can have a healthy brachiocephalic dog, but she generally doesn't breathe like a bulldog or like she doesn't have the loud breathing unless she's like snoring.
What did you say?
You made that up.
Brachiocephalic.
What does that mean?
Smush face dog.
Oh. Brachiocephalic.
Like boxers, pugs, bulldogs,
I'm
all
tracking
those.
now.
Anyway, so, she's generally not that type. Like she doesn't get winded. She can like she'll get like she'll snore and whatever. But she was labored breathing and really just not acting like she knew anyone.
That's so scary.
Yeah, it was so terrifying. And so that's when like I was so scared. Like I was like, she's brain dead. Like she's like,
Yeah.
And she moved enough. Like by the end, but like it took about 30 minutes to get to the vet hospital. We'll talk about that in a second. And I felt like, I'm like, okay, she's alive. Because I laid with her in the back of my car. Like we laid it down and I laid with her in the back of the car and was like holding her through like turns and stuff so that she didn't like, turn. Because I didn't know if like she had a spinal injury.
Right.
I didn't know if like anything. Anyway, so we got her there. We called ahead. They wheeled out like a stretcher and like whisked her away. And I'm sitting there saying like yes to CPR and like whatever. So we get into the room and they came in and told us like, hey, she took a few steps for us. I'm like, what? So she was very bloody and that was more so from the degloving and like her nose was bleeding. So it made it look so much like, not to say worse because she was still bad off. Like she could still die for the first 2 days that she was there. But it just looked really, really like gruesome. And so this is the thing. Here's the thing. The vets that were there saved my dog. I have zero bad things to say about the vet, about the caretakers, about the people that worked in this establishment. They were fantastic. They are the reason Winnie is alive. They were absolutely the best veterinary professionals for small animals I've worked with. Okay? Awesome. The establishment, though, I have a problem with. So it's a emergency vet, And I can understand that there's probably a lot of people that skip out on their bill or they, whatever. But they had taken her to critical care. They had come in and said, hey, we have her kind of stable. We're doing x-rays. Here's the prognosis, whatever. They knew that she had pulmonary contusions, so super bruised lungs, they were trying to assess if she had fluid or not that could turn into pneumonia. Like, there's a lot of ifs, but they had kind of a prognosis to tell us so that we could, like, go home. And, like, we knew that she wasn't coming home with us, like, that she was staying there.
Right.
Hey y'all, it's Katie. Did you know that you could bring a little piece of running springs into your home? And just so you know, if you're a paid subscriber on TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram, you will always get a 25% off discount with your subscriber code on the merch store. We've got the cutest merch featuring all the farm favorites, like our mini cows, mares and foals, goats, donkeys, and of course the mini horses. You'll find t-shirts, cozy hoodies, zip-ups, mugs, and so much more. Some of the designs are limited edition, so when they're gone, they're gone. But don't worry, a few favorites stick around at least until the end of the year. We've also started adding fun new things like diamond art kits, paint by number sets, shoe charms, and even coloring books. And trust me, there's a lot more coming later this year. So check back often, and don't forget to join the email list so you don't miss out on the new drops. So head over to katievanslyke.net to get all of your favorites before they're gone. And now back to the video.
So they said, here, you have to pay your bill before we'll take you back and see her. I had a problem with that. I was like, okay. I was like, surely it'll be like a 25% down payment or something like that.
Yeah.
No, you have to pay the full. And here's the thing. They give you two estimates, a low and a high. And they list everything that they think they're going to do.
Yeah.
And you have to pay for it. And if you're not going to pay for it, I don't honestly know. They don't do payment plans.
Like, they don't let you go back and see your dog if you.
That's how it was. That's
if
how it
you
was
say that you can't afford it, or
that's
what?
That's kind of how it was, like, portrayed. And after I put this on Snapchat, and a lot of people said that, like, they were in a space where they couldn't pay the bill, and, like, their pet, like, they kind of withheld their pet, or, like, you know, like, they had it where they were like, hey, your pet needs to be euthanized. And they were like, well, we're going to take her to our primary care vet to be euthanized where it's cheaper because you're going to pay 4 times more, you know, whatever. And they would like, we're almost withholding their pet. Like, there's lots of instances of that. So it was $6,500 for the low up front. And I had to pay that before they'd let me see her.
I've never heard of such a
Me
thing.
either.
Uh-huh.
That's insane.
And I kind of was like, shocked by it. I mean, it was, you know, like I'd been sobbing. Like I was just like, it was just like all whatever. And I'm like, of course, like, you know, I'm fortunately in a spot where I had the ability to pay it. Like I had a credit card right there.
Yeah.
But I couldn't imagine being hit with that and being in a space where I'm like, do I have to choose if she just dies right now?
Right.
No,
Like-
we had to take our dog Suey to the emergency vet. Something we thought her like kidney was failing when she was a puppy. It was like a $3,000 bill, but it wasn't anything like that. It like they didn't bring it up until the end.
Mm-hmm.
And like I can't remember if we paid it, if we were able to pay it right then or not.
I think there are some lending agencies that work with vet hospitals where like you can do a lower interest rate that's like a, you know, whatever. But I didn't ask in that moment, so I'm not sure. I can't speak on that. But then when we got there to get her, to pick her up 2.5 days later, so what they ended up doing was 2 sets of x-rays, an ultrasound, wound care. So like her degloving, they cleaned it and stitched it. They put in a drain, and then she was in the oxygen kennel for 2 days. It was an additional $3,500.
Are you serious?
But to pick her up. And then 2 days later, because she came home.
I couldn't have saved my dog.
This is insane. And then 2 days later, because I had been keeping her at home, we just stayed home over the weekend, like just laid with her and like just kept her chill and whatnot. So Sunday night, after that 2 days of just lounging with her and she seemed to be doing okay and like, you know, changing her drain and everything, she started really labored breathing that night. And Like I was counting her breaths and just like, I mean, I honestly hate the fact that I was like double checking, like triple checking. Is this warranting going to the vet? Because I was like, I know they are going to just absolutely like drag me across the ground again. Yeah. And so her breathing rate, like when she was calm before, was like 16 to 18 per minute, which was good. It was up to like 58 per minute. And like that was the lowest we could get it to. Like she like was so labored breathing, could not. And I was like, we got to take her. And this is at midnight. Like she had been fine. And then she just started having the, like she couldn't chill out. And we had been like, we thought she was hot. We were putting ice packs on her. We were like trying everything. And that was not helping. She had some like fluid buildup in her lung and it's fine now. But anyway, we took her back in. It's middle of the night. It's, you know, she needed the oxygen kennel again and some different pain meds. And they did another round of x-rays. So another round of x-rays. They might have ultrasounded her. One night in the oxygen kennel. Another $4,500 up front. Up front.
That's insane.
Like,
you know,
like
this is the
I love my dog.
the price of a vehicle at this point. It's like,
yes.
and it's like, how do you, like, I feel like there's a lot of people that are like, I would never pay that much for, but like in the moment, like, how do you rationalize like not like letting your pet die or like,
Right. Or how do you sit there and like the first time it was very time sensitive.
Yeah,
How do
with
I
like
sit
your
there and
bloody
debate?
animal. Yeah.
Right.
How do I sit there and be like, does she need this? Well, does she need like I'm like, save her, go do it. And then the next one was like, they had already put her in the oxygen kennel. They had already started doing stuff. And like, I took her back to the same vet because I was like, they already know her. It's the middle of the night. Like I could have taken her if it was during the day happening. I would have just taken her to my primary care vet, but it wasn't. It was the middle of the night. And so I just am baffled. I haven't had as an adult an emergency with my vet or with my dogs yet. Like they've all, I mean, I've been very lucky to have relatively healthy dogs, you know, other than a couple like an ear infection or whatever, you know, it's just, they've been pretty healthy. And so I haven't had to do anything. And I was honestly so shocked because people all the time are like, I couldn't imagine your horse vet bills. I couldn't imagine like whatever. I'm like, my horse vet bills are nowhere near this. Like
it's crazy.
If I took like when I took Ginger last year, it was like exactly a year ago, in the middle of the night, she had a puncture wound. You were there.
Yep.
You were there. Like she had a puncture wound. The vet came out, looked at it, said, yep, she needs to come to the hospital. She went into surgery, had to be there for 5 days. So that's the thing. There was no surgery done on Winnie. Like this horse had like her hock split open. They went in and cleaned out all the infection, like all this stuff. And I think it was like $5,000.
Really?
Yes. Like
That's hilarious.
maybe seven. And she had been there for 5 days on fluids constantly and like whatever. Like almost a full week in the hospital, full surgery, full wound care. And it was half of what this dog cost.
It just doesn't make sense. Like, is it, I wonder, are the specific types of drugs that they use like less
she's on,
expensive?
like, gabapentin.
Are they?
She's on like, that's a human med. She's on, they did like an antibiotic treatment, I think, while she was there to make sure like preemptively for pneumonia. I mean, there's nothing, like, I'm not saying they didn't do a lot. I don't believe they did $15,000 worth of work.
Do they upcharge things like specifically because it's like emergency hours?
Yes, they do for
Yes.
sure.
They do.
I just,
It makes you not even want to take your vet or your animal to the vet.
Yeah.
exactly.
It's like, is
Sounds like we need to find like a
yeah,
good
gosh,
Is it worth it?
Is it? I mean, is it
So
worth
that's
it?
the thing.
Is it worth putting my family in the hole?
I
Yeah.
haven't ever done medical insurance for my pets before. I know you have it for Moo.
we have
After
pet
having
insurance.
like to take her to the emergency vet like 2 or 3 times and not having it, I now have it.
Yeah, one of our dogs is older, so it's like a lot harder to get. But our younger dog, we have pet insurance for. But we didn't. I can't remember. We might have had it back when we went to the vet the first time, but I just wouldn't be able to.
If you don't mind me, because I haven't done pet insurance in that way. Like I insure my horses more so, but I honestly just never envisioned something like that costing $15,000. What, if you don't mind me asking, like, what does yours cover and what is it like a month?
Hers is $25 a month, and it's it covers like emergency care. It doesn't cover like like regular like checkups or like vaccinations and things like that. It covers like emergency work.
That's so worth $25 a month though. When you look at the fact that they can rack up.
You have to pay like a certain deductible, I think, but you don't have to pay anything close to like what you would.
Right. I'm doing it now.
Yeah, I don't think ours is even that cheap. I want to say ours is something like $75 a month.
Mine's through Lemonade.
It's like 800 something a
Which
year.
is through which is who my like renter's insurance is through.
And then I think we have a deductible, and I want to say it's like 80/20 after that. So even on like a $10,000 bill, you're still going to pay $2,000.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Better than 10.
Yeah,
a lot.
it is.
I'm literally
a
texting
lot.
my wife right now, and as a reminder to look up pet insurance when I get home.
We need
You're
to
like,
find a.
if I had to choose, like think about Blue Murphy.
I
Like,
did. We
Yeah.
brought him home. They were trying to keep him in when he had parvo, and we brought him home for that reason. And we just gave him the shots ourselves
We need to
because we couldn't have paid him.
We need to find like a good pet insurance sponsor, because I bet a lot of like genuinely, I bet a lot of people don't have it, and if they ended up in
like
that situation,
that vet bill snuck up so fast trying to save this dog, and that's when it also hurts your heart so much more when I walk in last night and she's feeling good enough that she's eating my shoes, and I was like,
And she scaled the pack and play.
we got a pack and play to put her in. We still don't know how. It's a mystery. It's an
it is
unsolvable
an
mystery.
unsolved mystery.
How she got out of this thing. Anyway, we can move off of the vet thing, but
Yeah, that was a solid.
I hope y'all didn't take this as me crapping on veterinarians. That is not it. The veterinarians themselves
That's the title of
were
this video,
so
though.
amazing. They kept me informed.
I hate
They
vets.
were knowledgeable. They were truthful to me about her prognosis, and they were like so helpful. The vet techs were amazing. That's not who I'm pissed at. I'm pissed at the man.
The man.
Okay,
at the man.
real quick. This is what my pet insurance covers: blood tests, urinalysis, X-rays, MRIs, lab work, ultrasounds, CT scans, outpatient, emergency care, surgery, hospitalization, medication, and that's when accidents or like sudden like illnesses like come
Right,
on. So it's
right.
not just like a pre-existing like condition or anything, but
Well, yeah, I need to
should-
look into that
yeah,
for Winnie and
you
Kimmy, for
should-
sure.
get that.
Absolutely, because I mean, again, I'm so grateful I was in a spot where I could offer my credit card and it not be, like I could do that, but I couldn't imagine being put in that predicament, and I know that happens all too often. So, yeah, that's just it's been a lot of my week. Other than that, we also, like I said, calving season has like quintupled, and that is what.
All right, and now we're wrapping up for the day. So that's all for this one.
I do want to point out, Abigail is just so much more here for it with calving season than foaling season. Like, she's joyful for calving season.
Well,
She's
well,
she's got a way better attitude about it.
Is
to
it
be
because you
honest.
don't got to be there?
it is no overnights. Yeah.
Like, you don't have to be
You
there
don't
for
have
the
to be
birth.
there for the births. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was just the way you said that was just so funny.
You just show up in babies.
Yes, but also I don't know why. I just find like little cow babies like so much more like fragile and like innocent than like
horse
little
babies are,
horse
like,
babies. They're kind of
There.
they are cute and like they're sweet, but they're a little scary. Not scary,
I
but
don't know.
but just,
Kirby did come out like ready to fight.
yeah, not scary. Just like they could still hurt you.
Yeah, the cows are a little more boop, 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 boop.
But
yeah.
their moms are scary.
Yes.
And the
They
horse
are.
moms are a lot less. So they let you get up closer.
They do. Yeah. Yeah. But we interact with them a lot more.
The horses?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, some of the cow mamas are fine. But
I mean,
like,
if we were leading the cows like in and out every day, and like hand feeding them like treats and stuff, they would probably be pretty tame.
Genuinely.
probably. What are y'all doing?
Nate missed his segment.
I missed the segment.
He didn't get to say how much what his
actual
insurance
pet
covered.
Insurance details now. I was trying
It's
to
over.
get
You
our,
missed your wave.
Yeah.
We're not going
You
back
can't
to
ride
that.
it now.
but my annual coverage is only 15,000.
So he'd have been capped in one visit.
So if you had to go back one more time, all out of pocket.
So back to the vet.
Anyway,
But anyway, y'all saw the calves for like basically you came a couple of days ago to do like
Yeah.
the whole video. Because if you haven't watched it, there's a like little calf count video that'll catch you up on calving season so far. So if you haven't watched that, go do it. But they're very cute. We've had more since that video. Today, even Bluebell had her baby. You'll have to see if it's blue or not.
it's
Take
not.
that, give it away.
It's black.
It
But-
could change.
We did think Maybell was black for a minute.
Yeah.
Because she's so dark. I will say we have more chances though, because Bluebell, like last year and in the past years, like Bonnie was like our only chance at a blue roan. Bluebell was our big chance, but then we have some later due, like our two heifers, Moon Pie and Maybell. They're due in December. They could have blue roans, and then I totally forgot about this. I think we have 2 or 3 embryos of Bluebell and a couple of different bulls coming. So like there's some black recip cows that are carrying Bluebell babies that could have blue roans.
Oh.
So we've got like 4 or 5 more chances, fortunately. But yeah, so calving season's going good. We are coming up on our cattle sale. That'll be this weekend. Lots of just like work going into it. It's like a rainy week, so unfortunately, like the weather's not the greatest. It's not held here this year. It's held at our partner farm, Martin Farms. So there's going to be like a whole video on that as well. But anyway, we mentioned embarrassing stories earlier. I say this because I thought of, and it's pretty innocent, honestly. It's pretty just like stupid teenage girl story. So, you know when you literally get re-embarrassed 15 years later about something?
Yeah.
That's what happened to me last night. And I had to tell the story to Jonathan, and then I was embarrassed telling my husband, okay? And y'all might laugh at me. So I'll just start with my embarrassing story, and then y'all should share.
I'll
Okay.
consider it.
Had to burp. Hold on. Okay. So to set the scene, I am a nervous person, and I'm a lot better now as an almost 30-year-old than I was at 17 years old. And I know I was 17 years old because I was so nervous to get my license that I waited a year. Okay. So I didn't get my license until I was 17. So I had a white Jeep, and I didn't drive that much. Like I would go to school, and I didn't like go that many places. And again, stupid 17-year-old girl. So I make it to a gas station near home that like I was on fumes. I was not going to make it home. So I go to a gas station. This might have been one of the first times I've ever pumped my own gas. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
This might have been the first time because my dad, I'm an only child, and he's like he would go like fill me up. You know,
Yeah.
like we've got gas tanks on the farm. You know, he'd fill me up and whatever. So this might have been one of the first times. So I pull up to the gas station. There's not that many people there, and there's no way I'm going inside to ask someone for help.
Yeah.
No way. So I pull up, and I'm like, are all these pumps like out of order? Like it wasn't allowing me to get the handle out, and I was like, of course I pulled into the one gas station that like everything's out of order. There was nobody else pumping. I'm like, I'm the only one that didn't know that there was no gas here or something like that. That's like what my brain was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what my brain was thinking. So I call my dad, and of course this is such a huge thing because I'm 17. I can't get gas, and I'm from home, and I let it get, because he always preached to me like, you always have a jacket in your car, you always have your phone battery full, you always keep your tank full, like
Yep.
all this stuff. He's always preached to me.
Good
So
rules.
I'm already like knowing he's gonna get mad at me that like I let it get to where it's basically empty, like I've run out of gas. But I called him, and I made him drive there to come bring me gas because I swore to him, and there was no FaceTime. There was no
Yeah.
And before because I swore to him that everything was out of order and I could not make it to somewhere else. And of course, I'm not going inside to ask somebody.
Right.
I refused. He gets there, and it was one of those where you just had to pull the lever up.
Had to flip it up.
You just had to pull the lever up, and then you could start. And I don't know that I've ever had a moment where my dad thought I was so dumb. like a disappointment where it's like, no, he's like so disappointed in my intelligence. Like it's not just like I was just so dumb. And I don't know that I've ever felt more stupid. Like I just had to lift it up, and then it was a regular
It
freaking
works.
anyway. So that just
Yeah.
popped in my brain last night, and I just got embarrassed all over again.
That's rough.
Here's a little fun tidbit about pumping gas and
Okay.
not pumping it. My grandma has never pumped gas.
Still,
Wow.
Still, my grandpa has always filled up her car since they've been
Cars were
driving.
made.
Since they've been since they've been driving in high school.
Wow. That's sweet.
that is
So-
sweet.
She would have the same trial. She would go,
What's her name?
Margaret.
Margaret. Me and Meg
Yeah.
just
That's right.
against the world.
Just-
Okay, makes me feel better. Who's going next?
I've got one of similar intelligence.
I was gonna say I don't have one where I feel like
I've got no shortage
I did
of
something like
embarrassing
really
stories.
dumb that I can
I've
remember.
I've got a few.
I do very dumb things.
Never done nothing dumb. It's fine.
No, I mean I have done dumb things, but I can't think of something like that's similar. Of like I just like it was so obvious, you know.
Right.
I'll do dumb
I just don't think I've ever
Oh,
done anything that
things by
dumb.
myself.
Is what
Exactly.
she's saying.
Yeah.
Got it.
To that level,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You far surpassed
Matt
me.
hit us. Hit us with
I
it.
wish that was the case. I'd probably do something that dumb level once a week. Most recently, my phone, which is not my story, but my phone, I freaking was going to go fishing just for a little bit one morning or the next morning. And so I got up. I couldn't sleep all night because the baby was awake. I was at my in-laws' house, and I was already upset about all that I just mentioned. And so I just got up and I went to the gas station at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, you know what? My poles aren't lined up. I'm just going to go put line on my poles at the gas station. So I put my phone, I opened the hatch of my Jeep, and I put my phone in between the hatch as a flashlight to look at everything, get everything all situated. And then I go to close my hatch, and something's like keeping it from closing. And so I'm like, ugh. So I moved the stuff. I moved boxes.
Just
I
in
moved.
a rage, you just
I did. I moved after I moved boxes. I still wasn't closed. I went, and it went.
yep.
And then I probably sat there, dude. I sat there in that parking lot and for like 30 minutes, and I was like, I mean, it's 3:30 in the morning. No, nobody's even morning. I mean, like, they're not just like,
What else are you gonna-
like, man. So I was like, I can't tell my dad I'm not coming anymore. So I was like, I guess I just go. And so I went.
Did you catch any fish?
This was
Yeah, I did. I caught a really big
simultaneously
fish.
at the time.
Worth.
I cannot remember what it was at this point, but man, I needed to get a hold of Matt.
Oh, yeah.
I probably called him like 9 times. I'm like, what is this guy doing? He's just sitting in the parking lot all day.
Well, because my
Just all day.
but it was all the way back in Nashville, and I was 2 hours from the house, and so I was committed to the end of the day. But my story that was that dumb was
I like how being referred to as like
because that was
level of dumb.
that was silly, but
That
could
was
be
silly.
chalked up to no sleep or whatever. But this was just straight dumb. I was at a Muscadine show. I was right before the show, and this opener, his wife, I had no idea at the time, very beautiful lady. Everybody's getting ready and stuff, and she comes up. I'm in the middle of a conversation, and she comes up. She's like, "Hey, we're about to go on stage." She's like, "Hey, what does Muscadine start with?" What would you answer? Probably the starting song.
Probably not M.
I said with the utmost confidence, M, and then went back to my conversation. And then it wasn't until like I went into the green room that was right next to theirs, and I didn't know that it was like a gap. It wasn't like an actual wall. I was like, dude. I was like, that's not what she asked whatsoever. Yeah. Anyway,
M.
Did you ever talk
Him.
to her again?
never.
And oh no,
I ran
Never.
away. Yeah, I ran
That's
away.
worse.
He just can't look at her again.
You
now.
didn't get a chance to explain yourself.
I wouldn't have. In that, I was just
Well,
gonna
I
chalk
don't
that
think he
up.
even needs to explain. She knows
Oh,
where
yeah.
he messed up.
Right.
She knows.
No, she's clocked. Like that's just one of those things. Like first impressions matter, and I'm okay to never have a business
impression.
personal
There won't be
impression with her again.
Yeah.
You don't win them all.
No.
Nate.
I don't even know if this is embarrassing. It
We're just
would
not
be.
that like
He's
good.
gonna-
We're just not that
He's
goofy.
gonna tell a story
I'm
that's
goofy.
cool and be like,
Well,
"This is
no,
so
and
embarrassing."
honestly, I
And
may have told y'all this story before. It would have been embarrassing had I confessed, but I didn't, and so like I never had to face the embarrassment, you know. So this was when I was doing tile work.
I forgot he went through like a 3-year period where he had like 27 jobs.
I did it all. Still can. I was doing tile work, and the guy I was working with, you know, we're doing this kitchen. We're working on the backsplash, and I wasn't feeling great that day. Just having a little tummy troubles.
Oh no.
And so, you know, I let one slip quietly. Okay, he's messing with the oven, like we're doing tile and stuff. He stops. He goes,
Nightmare.
he said, "I'm smelling gas."
Gas leak.
And in my head, I go.
You never said anything.
In my head, I go. That's different, right? That's not the same. It can't be me. So I go, "Oh, really?" He goes, "Yeah."
You gaslit him.
I just caught a whiff. I go, "Oh, I don't smell it." And then I'm telling you, I'm going through it.
It keeps happening.
So we're still working. Another one slips. Like I'm trying so hard to not. Again, he stops. He's like,
There it is
I
again.
didn't have a gas leak. So he gets on the phone and he calls like the emergency line to have people come out and find the gas leak in his home. And he goes,
And you let
he
you
goes,
let
"Okay,
it happen.
they're on the way."
Okay, let me just say this. If I had already, if it happened one time and I had already denied it, there's no way that I'm going back after that.
Especially not
You-
after he's called.
No,
They're on
you
the way.
have to commit to
They're
it.
on the way to check.
You have to just commit.
And so at this point, I can't be like, "Hey, I know you already called and you're going to have to
Exactly.
call back."
You can't.
So at this point, I'm like, okay. Well, I slip. And again, it's this, like, it's strong. He's talking to the homeowner at this point. He's letting them know, "Hey, I have the emergency people coming out to do this." And so they get there and they're like testing all the lines. And they did, in fact, find the tiniest gas leak. They did have a gas leak.
Wow, so you kind of saved the day.
I kind of saved the day. But he also
your gas
said,
leak.
he also said, "There's no way you would have ever smelt this, though." He's like, "This is so small." He said, "This isn't enough to like we need to fix it." But
The guy's just like, nah, I smelled it.
and so to which I said, "Maybe you got a good nose, man." I
Yeah.
don't know. Like, yeah.
I would
But
have
had I
done
said,
the same.
"Hey, I know you've,"
I was just tooting.
I might have just tooted a couple times. I know we're
You gotta own
deep
it.
into this like
Yeah.
process now.
Yeah.
I was internally embarrassed,
yeah.
deeply,
As anyone would be.
but I never had to like experience getting caught.
Right.
No one saw me like,
You're just
"Oh, you just flip it up."
you're just embarrassed at yourself.
Yeah.
I don't get embarrassed, and maybe that's why stuff happens to me so often. Is that I just don't get embarrassed. I'm like, I'm just dumb.
Kind of a hero that day. I don't know.
I've been trying to, I can't think of anything funny.
Like just the other day, I got on a plane and I
So
sat in the
sorry.
wrong seat 3 times in a row. To the point where like the flight attendants and everybody in this section is like, he did it again.
You're just a running joke on
Like
the
it
flight.
became a bit.
You're the
was a
flight
bit.
joke.
Like the time that like that's the kind of like the stuff that Katie would have absolutely been like, all right, we're getting another plane. Like we're getting on another flight. Like
How do you do that?
I don't know. I really have no idea. But I was like,
times.
I did it at a hotel the other day. I went to the completely wrong hotel. That was just across the road from the right hotel, and I went all the way up to to floor 5, and boom, 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 boom. I just do stuff like that all the time. So my feelings and emotions are just calloused.
I can think of stuff that's like embarrassing, but like
Not something that you would
Not
bring.
stupid though.
not like no, not
She ain't never been
really.
stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, some people aren't.
Not a
Maybe,
bad,
and
not a
you
bad
know what it
thing.
is? It's probably that like I've repressed it. Honestly, because I hate feeling stupid. This is for
It
real.
sets you off.
Why don't you tell
Like
him,
I actually have probably repressed those memories.
tell him the story about how you ate my biscuit this morning.
That was just disrespect.
It said no, it said spicy biscuit, and I took a bite of it. It wasn't the spicy one. I only took one bite. As soon as I realized, I checked the other biscuit. It was the spicy one. I put it back and said, sorry, like whoever's biscuit this was, I took a bite of it because it said spicy and it was plain.
It was my biscuit.
What am I supposed to do?
I wasn't mad though.
What am I supposed to do after that? He wouldn't eat it. I can't help that.
No, I didn't eat it.
No,
Did you eat it?
No,
nobody ate it.
Oh, you were supposed to eat it.
well, I didn't know where it was.
In the bag. It was in the Chick-fil-A bag. I have the one thing that comes up when I hear like embarrassing story that I remember is like being at the lake one time when I was young. I've told this before though. Like I
the
already
story.
said this. Okay, well never mind then.
Wait, what
I'm
happened?
not gonna
I
tell
don't
it.
think she's told you.
I don't know what happened.
I've just heard it.
I just was tubing and we had like 2 tubes and one was like the guys, one was the girls, and like we hit like a bump and I kind of like flew up and caught some air and my bottoms just like blew off in the wind. But like
How loose were your bottoms to fly off?
very
One good gust.
very loose. I was young. I was wearing like the loose
tankini.
yes, a tankini in like 2 sizes too big
From
probably.
limited to.
And so, yeah, and so my bottoms flew off, and like instinctively, I just like hung on. And like, I don't know why. I didn't have any reason. I just was like, I don't want to fall. Like, I don't want to let go. Like, I don't want to be in the water. I don't want to fall off. It hurts. Like, it's scary. And so everyone started like yelling at me to like let go.
And you knew.
Air.
I knew what they were talking about. So eventually, after a second, it kind of processed in my mind, like, okay, like I probably best case now is to just let go.
Yeah.
And so I let go, and you know it was just 2 men on the boat, and they had to hand me a towel like under the water, and I like wrapped up and had to like, you know, wet towel, walk out onto get onto a boat wrapped in a wet towel.
What a sensory nightmare.
Terrible.
What towel?
Getting the towel, putting it under the water, wrapping it, and then climbing out.
And
then the whole boat ride back, knowing that, you know, that not only the 2 grown men on the boat that I was sitting with, but also all my friends that were back on the tube still like having a good time had like seen my butt.
And then
And
they all
else.
called you butts.
They didn't.
Oh.
But I
Buddy
remember
Butterson.
like sobbing the whole ride back because I was pretty torn up about that.
Now that's embarrassing.
Oh.
That's a good story.
That's a good story.
Good story.
I hadn't heard that one.
That's one of those ones she repressed. Now she's gonna have to deal
No,
with
that's like that's
they're
one
all
that I
That's her go-to.
I vividly remember that.
Yeah.
That's her go-to I embarrassed myself story.
Yes.
From the last couple of videos, we just need to scold you for a moment. Because from your lesson video, from the video of, I don't even remember which one it was, but a lot of people have said, you don't look like you like your job. You look sullen, like you're giving the Zoolander face. You look like you're not really part of the team. You're kind of holding yourself out.
If the
It's
shoe
not
fits.
the job. I think it's just like
Double down.
generally his
If
mood.
the shoe fits.
Double down.
He okay. So now after laughing for the whole episode, he's gonna be like, I hate it here.
Womp womp.
No, I just like. I mean, y'all gonna get me fired, but here we go. I'm just kidding. No, it's just my face. It's been brought up to me several times by my wife, by my family members, and everybody else who meets me. Strangers have pointed it out to me, like
You
strangers.
just have
I know, like a serious face, but it's not the worst thing in the world though, because
your
I've been
cheekbones are also so like severe that
right.
you're so, you know.
They think I'm unapproachable, which as I get older, I'm thinking is not a bad thing.
It's not like the worst.
Like
It's-
somebody
it's
is
not.
thinking about coming up and talking to me, and then decides not to.
I also want to. I also, from that same video, do want to apologize because after watching it back, I had not heard you say this that day. I'm so sorry for emasculating you when I helped you brush the horse.
Oh, yes.
I was like, what is she talking about?
I didn't either.
And then I remembered.
Yeah,
You're like, I've never felt. What I don't remember
I've
what
never
you
felt
said
like less of
More
a
masculine.
man.
I've never felt like less of a man.
when she just grabbed me like that.
reached over.
It was like somebody was like, "Here, let me show you how to play guitar." I just immediately did not feel in control of the situation.
I did just like.
I know. I immediately surrendered though. So, well done there.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, hope y'all enjoyed today's episode. Nate. Okay, the calf is now not named Nate.
Take it back.
It's Nat.
Nat. That's not a word.
It's
In
Nate.
my heart.
Nate.
It's Annual.
It's not even his name.
It's whatever part of his name just makes it not Nate, though.
All right.
Okay.
Sniffing in the mic, dude. Yeah.
If there's
know
ever
it
a
is.
mic sniffer or a whatever, it is like
There was a time.
It's Snapchat. It's just silent. Just
I know.
Well,
We've had conversations about it on the phone. It's like there'd be times there was a there was a time that we made it a point to take it out of the videos, and it just became to where like, dude, this is unrealistic. It's unrealistic to try to take as many.
It would
snippets.
legitimately add probably at least an hour of editing.
my response to that is that I ask if it's necessary for me to be mic'd up usually, and I'm told yes. So
because it's what makes you you.
It's a value add.
Now
for
it's a
sure.
personality trait.
I'm phlegmy.
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 What a great and horrible word.
on that note, let us know if you're phlegmy too. It is that time of year. Stay tuned for more episodes. Check out the new merch. I'm wearing some of it. I'm wearing the new It's Fall, y'all. Hey,
I am
Hey, it's fall,
also
y'all.
wearing
Oh my god, HAY is in
fall
hay.
merch.
yeah. Hey, it's fall, y'all.
Hey,
and
it's-
then,
Hey, it's all y'all.
hey, pumpkin. Hello, pumpkin.
Oh, that's sweet.
New fall
Hello,
merch.
pumpkin.
Go check it out, katievenslyke.net, and we'll see you in the next one.